Technically, I could get involved in your little war whenever I want, though. I don't need to declare any wars. There's a war just begging me to go show up to. And you know the greatest part about this is? There's only one country that needs to die or that you need to make peace with in order to end this. Only one.
Yeah, France.
France! That's it! France is the only reason this is kept going. You're the reason it started, to be fair. But France is the only reason this escalated as far as it did. It never ends. It never ends. I should have more research centers now. Yes, I do. I haven't even checked this stuff in forever. But I do have access to more research centers, which is good.
Yeah, and I highly doubt France is willing to make peace.
Currently, probably not. So you and my allies will continue to get crippled for the time being. So that's fun. With the current borders, I mean, you could still technically liberate some Baltic countries to end the fighting over there. But then they might just start trying to go for, like, Leningrad or something. And then you have to deal with the fighting somewhere completely different. Who knows how it's going to go right now. At the end of the day, it looks like the fighting over there is under control, at least, by both of you. My allies all have enough military goods to keep pumping out new units and keeping this going. Combined, France and the UK have about, maybe a little bit more than the total production he has. Throw in Italy, so even if they're throwing away a lot of their units, sadly, in this fighting, there's other countries on my team that are not wasting their units. Switzerland's not wasting their units. Greece, not really, I don't think. So, despite the mass wastage of units here in general, they can keep the fighting going, albeit in an inefficient way, and keep him distracted and maybe get me closer to winning this, if possible. His military total deployment, look at this. He has one of the lowest bars in the world. Ooh, the UK's military approval's gone down. France is still all in the fucking war. Hands on. Italy is doing alright too, but his military bar is going down, meaning he's actually probably pretty vulnerable. Oh yeah, Belgium's over there too. Fuck, I forgot about that. Let's keep buying more agriculture. We can afford plenty of it, and the price is still super low. Let's cap it out at about $30 I'm willing to buy it for. Go back to supporting Andorra with some more cash stimulus, which is a really inefficient and stupid thing for me to be doing right now out of anything and everything that I could be doing. I could use some more industrial goods factories in this world. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My unemployment's starting to improve and get out of the labor shortage. Oh yeah, how's his country doing elsewise during this? His inflation's good. His domestics are holding, at the very least. I don't think he has all of his stuff turned on. He might. Oh, he's building military production over in Vietnam. Ooh, I could send troops to Vietnam and take them out for the French. That's not a war that I have to declare, although I would have to fight all the guerrillas, and I don't really feel like doing that right now. I do have 240 units on the west coast that I could send. Not all of them will actually be very useful over there. I can get everything short of a formal alliance right now with Andorra. Let's go ahead and do that. Again, a really unimportant country. Oh, this war, man. How's he doing on military goods? He's probably fine. Yeah, he's fine. He's good. How's everyone else doing on tech? The UK beat me to some tech. Let's buy that from them. None of my allies are building more military production, I don't think. But he is. The only one that's at war is France. France is the one perpetuating all of this madness. If he keeps making more military units and taking his time, eventually he will get ahead of them because they're still throwing away many units over in Sweden until they stop that. Like, until the war ends, honestly. Sweden will keep getting kills, and this will stay very inefficient for my friends. I feel like I need to do something, and I need to do something soon. If not up here, then somewhere else. He is about to get to Riga, though. Meaning he is probably going to take a lot of stuff there. Fuck it. I have not much to lose. Let's go ahead and try sending about 100, let's say, ish units over into Vietnam. Let's send them over there and just start pushing him back over here at the very least, while he's super distracted over here still. If I don't directly help him this nonsense, at the very least, I could try to distract him somewhere else. You know what? I'm surprised. I'm surprised you just haven't, like, nuked France out of spite.
I'm highly considering it.
Egypt sent units to help you. Even Egypt's helping you. That's pretty cool.
I am highly considering it.
You could do it, but except you can't control where the nukes hit, so you might just end up nuking the Baltics. Yeah, let's let Western Europe do the craziness that Western Europe wants to do. Now let's go flex our military might somewhere else, somewhere where he's not paying a lot of attention, such as over here where the colonies have yet to even fall. Why not? I could make some progress. There shouldn't be, well, there probably is, a good amount of guerrillas still here. Where is Vietnam in all this nonsense? North Vietnam. They've only lost 16 units, and I know they have way more than that. They've only built air production, so I'm not too worried about that. How's he doing on, like, research and stuff? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He'll 6. He's about to have 6. I have 8 research centers, so 7 versus 9 total research. Oh, and here's a bunch of units getting stuck. I love that bug. That's great. Looks like he is about to retake Riga, but so far these guys, they still have some other peers over here, and I think this is Latvia. And they're still sending a slow trickle of units this way. Oh man, this is insane, man. I'm just about out of the labor shortage. If I keep building new things, that's going to change. However... Oh! The first colony has been freed. The decolonization of Africa has begun.
Cool.
I haven't heard that noise in a while. Holy crap. He's up to 903 total units lost in this campaign. He's turned on all of the rest of his military production. Oh, dude, I see you have fully militarized. You're done playing games. You've turned everything and, anything and everything back on.
Yep.
I am unsurprised, to say the least. Let's make more military goods production, just in case, somewhere. Somewhere that doesn't have anything, howabouts. Right here works. Another hex of military goods production. We need more industry goods naturally to maintain that. Let's go ahead and plop it down somewhere else that doesn't really have much of anything. Right here. Another 6 industry goods production. We'll need more oil at this rate as well. Let's just go ahead and start placing it anywhere and everywhere. I'm building 57 oil gas fields. This is 100% excessive, but I can afford it. I should be able to maintain it for now, and it will get me way better off than I already am. Oh god, I forgot I have even more allies that I've just completely ignored. Like fucking Canada. Canada, who by the way I don't think is going too far into his military tech. Let me give them access to some American units. The same ones I keep making available to literally everybody else. There you go. And just make them pay me whatever they want to pay me for that. Let me check my actual units. I haven't looked through this too much. So I did get the T-92 light tank. I want that to be my new just AT, which it is already. But make sure nothing else is being made. I got the new Sherman, and I want that more than I want the Pershing and anything else like that. So I'm going to have that all replaced by the Shermans. I actually really like the Shermans. The M75s do stand up, honestly, to the LVTP5s. So I guess I'll stick with those. I got my new Banshee, so I'm going to get rid of my previous multi-role fighters at the very least. Let's get rid of the Flower now that we have the Viking class. Let's get rid of these motor carriage guns. They can't move very far. I'd like my AT or artillery to move further and or be more effective, be they towed or untowed. Afghanistan went leaning. Even Afghanistan's given up on you. What the hell? Let's see, has he taken Riga? He has taken Riga. So all the reinforcements coming to Riga are soon to be kind of blasted back. They have to go somewhere else. The Western European forces have pretty much trickled out around here. Sweden isn't even getting many more kills anymore, meaning they're avoiding this. Well, they're not. It's more like they're just not going through there at the proper time to get fucked up. Britain and France, mostly Britain, and all the other allies other than France, still have plenty of troops on their actual land to defend themselves, should shit go down on their own territory. So that's good at least. Send another bill to Andorra because they still won't ally with us. Andorra moved to NATO aligned. Cool. Now we can grab Andorra, probably? No, not yet. They're aligned, but they're still not liking me enough to actually join me. If I can get them solidified in, that's another perma-blue country. You know, it's a lot of what's going on is the fact that there are so many blue countries, so our influence is still pretty good. Unfortunately, all these reinforcements are still just going right over here to Riga, so they're about to get pretty blown up, to say the least. He has enough troops here to dominate my allies in the area, that's for sure. He still has this massive amount of air power. I don't want to fuck with his on-nation air power. It's brutal. It tears apart my allies, and it was very brutal to deal with when I went after Austria. That's the thing. And right now my allies are so like out of it that I couldn't even necessarily play the biggest difference over here if I did send. I could send a lot of troops and I could make a difference over here. If I focused heavily over here, oh, I could make a hell of a difference. That's for sure. But the problem I'd encounter is I couldn't make such a huge difference that I could only send my European forces, for example. New strategic bombers, including the B-52D Strato Fortress. Yeah, let's go ahead and research that for sure. That looks amazing. The new Strato Fortress. The rest of this is kind of meh. There's new patrol planes, but none of them look good. New transport planes. The Hercules looks pretty good. The Globemaster can carry a lot. And then there's the Strato Tanker. I gotta get the Strato Tanker. The Hercules looks good, it just can't carry as much. Oh, it's very expensive though, so instead I'm gonna go for the, probably, yeah, the Super Constellation instead is what I'm gonna go for. I'm gonna get rid of a lot of this other crap that I don't need. Maybe a new transport helicopter would be nice. I know we have some others, the CH-21 and the 37 Mojave. I think I'm gonna go with the CH-21. It's more price efficient in my opinion. New alliance formed, China and the USSR. Yep, he's done it. Okay. I guess he kind of needs to at this point, huh? Let me go ahead and start working up everything towards China as well. I don't want to fight China because China's military, it's new, it's fresh. It's probably almost as big as mine by this point. I'm only sending like 100 or so units over to Vietnam, so this may not even be enough. But hopefully it's enough to make, you know, somewhat of a difference. Let's send another like 10 on their way to see what we can do to help, just to turn things into maybe our favor a little bit. He's really starting to win this front just by focusing all of his air power here. And his total actual unit losses far exceed the amount of total casualties, which shows an overall amount of inefficient fighting during all of this. But the same can be said for my allies, but mainly because they like to sail through Sweden like a bunch of idiots, like right now. Like they're doing it again, like idiots. And they're still sending units to Riga as if they can somehow land there. They still have control over some of these sea piers, which is nice. For me, I guess, but they're being defeated over here, slowly but surely. He has his full military production on, probably his full fucking military deployed, if not just, you know, most of it. And while he's definitely outproducing me at this point in land, I'm up to 29 land, as opposed to his 46. Most of it's going into non-stop fighting, and he's lost most of it, so I do have an advantage over him there. At least for the short term. I could ally with Chile now. They're not the most important country in the world by any means, but I could start working on them. They're already leaning towards me after all. So they have some production down there, not the biggest amount, but any and every ally helps. My units are starting to land over here. Let's go take back Saigon. I don't know if he has any garrisons or anything over here, but I'm sending everything to Saigon to start. What's supply look like over here? It's decent until we start getting into this area, then it's gonna fizzle out. Alright. He has little tiny bits of garrisons, but he's gonna see that he's losing these garrisons too, but I don't know if he's gonna pay attention to it. I imagine he'll find this stuff out pretty quickly, however. Oh, some of his units are pushing up. I don't know if that's just automated or if he sent them there, but we're gonna have some back and forth fighting. At the very least, he shows he has some units over here. Units that we can try to kill to try to lower his overall military, and hopefully if we don't lose as much as he does, it will only be an efficient use of time. Only be an efficient use of time. Make sure he ends up with no territory over here whatsoever. And supply over here is doing okay. It's not doing as good as it can. He doesn't have a lot of garrison set up over here, but every loss for him is good. His military bar is through the roof right now, though. Oh, man. There we go. Now he's going to hear that noise. Oh, he did build a land production here, though. So we're going to get that back, and that's actually going to go in French South Vietnamese hands. Interesting.
Yeah, as you can tell, I'm pissed now.
Due to your full militarization?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're flexing pretty good air power as well. Probably doesn't notice that we're even over here. And I haven't sent anything over there at all. I'm amazed it's still going. But you've been slowly taking it all back. Let's start going for Vietnam now. I guess now the South Vietnamese may end up making some units. That's if they have any designs. They probably don't, and I can't give them any because I can't directly interact with them, unfortunately. I don't plan to do like an insane amount of damage here. I just want to do something to push him back and undo his progress while he's focused elsewhere. Here, we're running into some South Vietnamese howitzers. Very elite howitzers. We can start pushing forward and doing some damage to them. Alright, so we're slowly starting to push back North Vietnam. Even if North Vietnam fully dies, it doesn't mean very much because this place still isn't safe anyway, but it allows me to in some way assist in the French war without getting involved in the bulk of the madness. I am starting to run into some supply issues because I have just so many units over here, so I want to be careful about that while continuing to support by pushing up this road for sure. Want to lose especially as little units as is possible. We are destroying some South Vietnamese garrisons. That won't mean the most difference, but we are also pushing up and destroying whatever few amounts of units they send up to actually fight us. How's my inflation? It's not bad, even with my massive amount of oil that I'm building. That's pretty good. That's my industrial goods doing. Still doing all right. I'm just going to place another 10 ore mines down, literally wherever. Just so I can, well, 15, just so I can start improving that situation. Most of my units have already pretty much left here as well, which is probably good due to supply limitations. But I'm trying to push up as I can and help in whatever way that I can. This fucking coastline is so terrible to fight over, though. At least I got the land production out of his hands. That's one less land production that he has in the world. And now instead, Vietnam has. Looks like they actually do have, yeah, I'm gonna say they do have some designs. It looks like it's all just some shit tier infantry, but it's better than nothing. It's better than nothing. And how is this going? Oh, he's almost completely cut this whole little front off, which is gonna cut most of it off, but they're gonna probably go for other targets eventually anyway. How's the actual losses going? He's still losing units. He's lost more and more units. He's staying pretty even with his kills, despite his intense focus over here. West Europe could keep this up if they want. It's just, they're definitely lower on units right now due to the situation. It's so hard to go north from here, though. Like, it's not going to be an easy task to go north from here, because this right here is just a matter of supply. And the further I go north, the more likely I am to run into their guerrillas. So I'm just going to let however fucking many of my troops want to leave, because we're at this point where just, it doesn't matter anymore. And they have some recon units up here, actually. Alright, we've killed that recon unit, that's good. I gotta get some troops moving up in some way. I'm afraid of running into the garrisons, and my actual fuel situation up here is not very good. A lot of my units are for some reason trying to go into Thailand, but whatever, I'll let them do that. At least they're safe over there. They're safe and they're not in the way. Once they get there, that is. Maybe not right now. Who was I befriending? Oh yeah, Chile. I wanted to befriend Chile. Yeah, they're gonna need some money if they wanna, if I want to turn them onto my side. Yep, he's right at the border. He's about to finally push Western Europe out, which means he's probably gonna notice what I'm doing in Vietnam fairly soon. There's no method of getting any supply over here, honestly. I should just take these units and, at this point, make all of them just sea transport back to the west coast. I could try to stay here and push a little bit longer, but like I said, there's no supply projection here. Some supply will trickle over, but it's not enough because there are no French towns here that I can utilize. So we can start getting these units headed on home. Oh, the Soviets are showing up. Oh, he noticed what I was doing already. And I'm already leaving. I'm already leaving en masse. He was too slow to the party. Either he noticed or his AI noticed, but I'm gonna bet he noticed. Either way, I'm getting most of my units out of here. Gotta keep these units moving though. They're stuck. They gotta get the fuck out. If I lost only these ones, it wouldn't be that big of a deal, but I do want to make sure most of them, if not all of them, can escape unscathed. At least I've undone a lot of his progress over here and given South Vietnam some bare minimum way to fight back. And this is pretty much the final hurrah of these units over here in Europe. His losses are massive, but his kills are massive. He's lost more units than he starts the game with, and I don't think most of those were garrisons, but as you can see, he's made plenty more. Plenty more. Let's just hope that's bought us enough time in the long run. I know the moment this is over, which it's not necessarily about to be, Western Europe will rebuild. He can't take Western Europe for probably the next 8 years with me having any kind of presence here at all. I will stop him. But he may eventually just decide to attack my holdings here for all I know. It's very possible. I will have the assistance of what allies have any capacity to do anything here, but most of them have definitely lost their capacity to do most things. Let's keep throwing money at Chile. Keep throwing techs at my allies. just to make sure they stay kind of up to date in terms of military stuff. They may not need this, they may have better stuff, but I'm going to hand out a lot of these designs to other countries a little more liberally, because as you see, my allies alone, while being complete idiots and wasting most of their units, have dealt him a good blow. And if I can ensure that they keep dealing him a good blow, and they stay at least somewhat on the warpath, then they'll stay just as useful in the future. Wow, some of these countries are paying me a lot for these designs, which is surprising. I'm using so much industrial goods right now, oh my god. Selling my designs to more of my allies. Really, some of them pay me a pretty good price for this stuff, which is nice. It's a nice little kickback for working so hard on these alliances.
There, push their fucking asses out.
Took a while. I don't know how Turkey and them are going to do either, so let's go ahead and help Turkey out with some designs. Let's help Greece out with some designs. Turkey's financials don't look the greatest in the world. Just my older World War II stuff is what I'm spreading the love around with. Does West Germany have it? No. I don't know how many of them, again, are going to research their own stuff. West Germany looks like they're on the warpath, but I'd just like to make sure at the very least that they have something that they can utilize. Well, he's finally kicked them out, but he's kicked them out a lot of the time before, so while he will score some easy kills on them coming in now, eventually they're probably going to adapt at least a little bit. Yeah, at least a little bit. Now that most of that madness is done, I think we're good to kick it up a notch again. You know, it's so done. I could have stopped a lot of these losses had I not allied with Sweden and instead gone and taken Sweden over. But, you know, here we are. I allied with Sweden. Oh well. Let's at least make sure that they can have a good land force, even though they've killed half of my allied units. The AI of this game is retarded and there's nothing I can do to help that. So, again, let's just do what I can. England has 2 allies. Oh, they allied with Estonia at some point. Estonia? Oh, wait. When did Estonia become independent? I guess that was when their government came back, huh? Because they were not independent before. Yeah, they were your colony. Now they're independent all of a sudden. Now he's sending planes. Oh, ooh, he's going somewhere. He's sending merchant marines. He's going to continue the war. He must think they're weak. He must think France is weak. Well, good. Let him waste units, because he's going to arrive and find out that they're not. He probably thinks he's being sneaky, just like I thought I was being sneaky over in Vietnam with what I did. He probably saw me. But I see this happening. Let's keep an eye on this. The more troops he sends out, the better. He's going down. Look at him. And he's using planes to try to swarm all of this crap here. I'm amazed this hasn't led to any new wars. Is he making more military? No, he's just about to finish that research center up. I don't think he's been focusing on building anything for a while, honestly. Where are they going? They're probably going to France. And he's not going to take France. He's not. He might think he can, but I'll tell you right now, he cannot. Yep, his ships are coming down here now. More French units are still shipping out like a bunch of idiots. But he does have a lot of units over there. I'll give him that. I can respond pretty quickly if he does land over here, though. France does still have a lot of units, and there's still a lot of Belgians over here, and the Allies should respond, but I should keep an eye on this, because I don't think I fully understand how many units this is. But he clearly thinks he's being real sneaky-like. Hopefully that means he abandons this, and the war over here ends up resuming, but let's hope all of these die. However this goes, let's hope most, if not all of them die. I'm going to just select a lot of my land units over here and get them ready, just in case my help is needed. Here we go. The fighting has begun. There's no port here. I don't know why he moved them over here. Oh, dude, they're getting all blown up. They all just died. They all just died. Ooh, that could have been another 100. Oh, no, wait, no, there's more. But that could have just been another 100 units of his that just died. Because he thought France was going to be undefended. And here's more that are about to die. Okay, he's just throwing his units away at this point. Well, which is good. My allies and him are throwing units away. Yep, all of these are as good as dead. So his sneaky little attack is not going to pay off for him. Not at all. His attention might be a little split with him trying to reclaim some amount of control over here. Maybe. Fucking East German units up there. Oh, God. Yeah, his whole invasion force that he sent died. I don't know how many left. Oh, wow. I think it was more like 1,100, so I think he just threw away over 100 units. You know, I have arms race on. I'm not even expanding my military. I'm just upgrading it and making sure it stays up to date. So this is insane to me. All of this is just insane. Holy crap. Anyway, I could focus more on making allies again. Jesus, the world is crazy. Let's go ahead and throw another bill at Chile. This is still a sphere victory, and the further I spread my influence, the better. Where's all this fighting I'm hearing? Is it still over here, or is it anywhere else? Surprised he hasn't gone for any French colonies. Oh, there's some fighting happening down here. He sent a large force to reclaim Saigon. Pretty decently large force, yeah. But I think they're out of ammo. Yeah, they're out of ammo. So as it stands, the garrisons are just going to kill all of them, because he just navally landed them, and he didn't send enough. His emotions are probably getting the better of him right now, really. He's not paying enough attention to everything that's going on. Well, like I said, this is only good for me. Now, if only he gets a little more pissed off and then starts declaring some wars. His inflation's up to 13%. His money is a lot lower than it was. Hopefully, we can see him start running into some financial problems. I'm going to go ahead, I think, and make another industrial goods factory just set up. Let's put it right here, another 6. My oil gas fields are finishing, and I'm now an oil exporter, which is good. Let's go ahead and make another 15 ore mines, and that's as much as we can place literally anywhere else. How's my food doing? Let's buy some more food off the market. It's still super cheap to do. Timber's profitable, at least.
It's never gonna end.
With constant fighting, this might go on for a while, yeah. But I mean, you have the largest military production in the world, so they're wasting units in inefficient ways, and you are outproducing, I believe, everyone that's fighting you. That, or you're producing just as much as them. It's amazing what havoc France can cause. I did not see this coming.
Always.
I did not see this coming. I see you still have time to work on alliances, though.
Yeah, somewhat.
Somewhat. This very fast speed isn't going too fast with all the chaos that's going on, so I think this is a good speed currently.
Hey, what happened to my progress in Vietnam? What the hell happened?
Oh, I happened. You were distracted.
Oh, fuck you.
You were distracted, so I sent about 100 units there. I pushed all the way back up to the original border, and I left. This was a while ago. Sphere change. NATO aligned with Chile. Nice. But will they ally? Nope, they're going to need more money for that. Ugh. With all my wars declared, they're taking a while. It's taking a while to get back up to snuff here. Yeah, still failed to take Saigon. All the units here pretty much died just to the garrisons alone. Looks like, yeah, South Vietnam's getting a bare minimum amount of really shitty units. He sends units over there, and he's going to take it back no matter what. I'm just trying to make him focus on multiple places at once. My allies are harassing him up here. Yeah, they've reverted to going for Tallinn again. They have a whole bunch of naval units over there bombarding him and trying to land troops. Eventually, with enough inefficiency, it will succeed. It will succeed. Sweden's going to kill more of their units. This is an endless fucking war. He's right. This is an endless fucking war that's going on here. Oh, Chile needs even more money to join me. Damn. Chile, you're a fucking pricey bitch, you know that? Who else can I be working on? I'll also be working on Colombia, Panama, Muscat, and Oman. Yeah, I can work on some of these. Panama should be an easier one. Colombia already has some treaties with me. Go ahead and get that stuff with Panama. Yeah, I have a lot of stuff with Colombia already. But they don't like me as much anymore due to everything that I've done. Let's go ahead and get them anyway, because, like I said earlier, every ally counts. It will help my treaty integrity and the way the world sees me to keep making allies, especially while he's just warmongering. It will help expand my influence around the world, so I'm only limited by how many bills that I can send to other countries right now. We did get Chile, though, so let's give Chile, not the M75. I don't want to give my allies that useful of stuff currently. Let's go ahead and give them some land units. I'm just narrowing it down to land units at this point. Just giving them stuff that might be useful. My sphere is almost up to a total of 40. His at about 20, including his colonies. Probably closer to 40 realistically. Although he still has China, whereas my allies are crippled in a way. China's not crippled. In fact, they've hardly been fighting, and their military bar is just Well, it's as big as ours is, really. He hasn't gone back for Vietnam, so we can see that he's definitely stretched. Could also be going for Mexico, yeah, and Muscat and Oman. They don't even have production, Muscat and Oman. But they'd be hard to invade due to their weird little situation here. I don't have enough money to pay attention to this many at once, though. I'm spending a lot of money. So I'm moving as fast as my money's letting me, at the very least. Let's go ahead and lower the price of food. It should make my population happier. Make sure we're still buying it in bulk up to the price of 30. What just happened? NATO-aligned Colombia. Not aligned enough to actually join me, however. I'm almost out of money, but eventually these two will join me. Panama went NATO-aligned. Not enough to join me. We'll get it. Come on, we'll get it. There we go. Alliance with Colombia is in the bag. My ratings of everything are doing super fine. My domestics are doing pretty well. I have like more than 4 million more births than deaths. My immigration's positive even with my warmongering. His domestics, you know, he's like half my population. His domestics are looking worse than they've ever looked, probably because he's been running low on money. He's in a labor shortage, so he's dealing with that too. Is he working on anything internal right now? No, he's not working on anything internal by the looks of it. He's just going to war.